Welcome to my Idaho cabin, where the elk and deer run free. Welcome to my Idaho cabin, hope you spend a little time with me.
Hi everybody, this is Rick. Welcome to my Idaho cabin. Today I'm going to take you from the hills of Idaho to Eastern Europe and make one of my favorite wintertime meals, stuffed cabbage rolls. I'm going to make them in a Dutch oven, and the meat filling is going to be a combination of pork and ground beef. So it's an exceptionally delicious meal and not very difficult to make. It's kind of fun to do it, as a matter of fact. So stick around, I'll show you how I do it. So in this pan I have 2 pounds of meat. I have 1 pound of 85-15 ground beef and a pound of Jimmy Dean hot sausage. So I'm going to brown those, and then we're going to put that in a large bowl, and we're going to start mixing it with the rest of the ingredients. In this pan I am going to parboil 1 cup of rice for about 5 minutes. And that's because I found in the past that sometimes the rice didn't quite get cooked and as soft as I wanted in the cabbage rolls. So I parboil it first for about 5 minutes, and then it comes out fine every time. Now I have the browned meat here in this large bowl, and to that I'm going to add the rice, the parboiled rice. Okay. 1 egg. A stick of melted butter. Parsley. Garlic. Salt. Worcestershire sauce. Balsamic vinegar. Black pepper. Cayenne pepper. And some Tony's seasoning. Okay, now I've got everything in there. Now we'll just mix it up, cover it, and set it aside. I now have a pot of simmering water on the stove. And I have taken the core out of these cabbages. So I'm going to put the cabbage in the boiling water, and then as the leaves come off the cabbage, I'm going to take them and put them over on a plate, and then we have to process them just a little bit to take the heavier core out of the cabbage. So I'm going to get this under the water a little bit. See how the leaves start coming off? As the leaves fall off, I will remove them and put them on a plate. We'll put them on a plate right over here. I want to get about 24 to 26, maybe 28 good size leaves. But then you need You need additional leaves to fill in the holes in the casserole when you, or in the Dutch oven, when you put the rolls in. Okay, when I get this done, then I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, the next thing we need to do is to remove part of this core right here. So to do that, I'm going to put that on a cutting board, and then with a very sharp chef's knife, just go right along like that and just trim it down. And then we'll put it over here on a plate and go to the next one. Just cut some of that thick part of the stem off of there. And when I get done with those, with the rest of them, I'll bring you back. I have a large Dutch oven here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the smaller cabbage leaves that didn't get, that are not going to be used to roll. I'm going to line the bottom of the Dutch oven with the cabbage leaves, with some of the cabbage leaves. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll put half of the onions over here. We'll just sprinkle them on over the cabbage leaves. Okay, the rest of here's the remaining half of this half of the onions, and we'll put those on there. Okay, now I have a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and I'm going to pour half of that over this, or about half. That ought to do it. Okay, now we're ready to roll them up. Now to make the cabbage rolls, I'm going to take one leaf of the cabbage and about 1 tablespoon of the filling. And then I'm going to roll it up, fold the ends in, and make it into like an egg roll. Okay, now that is going to be placed in the Dutch oven on top of the tomato sauce, the crushed tomatoes. So we'll just keep making these and show you again how I do it. Put a little bit of the mixture in there, and then you roll it up. Just get it, there you go, just like that. And there's your cabbage roll. Stick it in there so they're nice and tight and touching, and then when we get this first layer in here, then I'll put another layer of little pieces of cabbage, onions, and the rest of the tomato sauce, and season it with salt and pepper. And when we get to that stage, I'll bring you back. Okay, the last thing I have to do is to pour a quart of beef broth over the cabbage rolls. I think I'm going to put just a little bit more in there because they're not quite covered. So we'll do that, and then they go into a 350-degree oven for an hour. There's the cabbage rolls and some mashed potatoes and oven roasted vegetables. So that's what's for dinner tonight. And there is the dinner. Cabbage rolls, mashed potatoes and gravy, and oven roasted vegetables. Thank you very much for watching this episode of My Idaho Cabin. We really enjoyed that meal last night. The cabbage rolls were just delicious. In fact, I was going to vacuum seal them and freeze them so that I could have them later on in the year. But I was just soundly overruled. And they said, no, we're going to have them for 2 more days as leftovers. They're that good. So hope you give them a try, and the recipe, of course, will be right down here. And if you like these videos, over here is the subscribe button, the bell, the like button, and the comment section. So please, I really like to get all that information from you guys, and I'd like to know what you'd like to see as content for a video. So please send me that information, and I'll be happy to oblige if I can. So again, thank you very much for watching this video, and this is Rick at my Idaho cabin.
Welcome to my Idaho cabin, where the elk and deer run free. Welcome to my Idaho cabin. Thanks for spending time with